Hi guys, can you just imagine I made this cake without having oven or mixer and it came out really good. So let's get started. In a bowl, I add my 150 grams of butter. Then I add 1 cup of sugar. I use my roller to mix it very well. As you can see, I mix it very well. You have to continue mixing it until the batter become very smooth and fluffy. As you can see now, you can see that it has changed and the batter is already fluffy. Then I set it aside. For the egg, I'm using 3 large eggs. You have to beat it very well until it's foamy. After you realize that it has already foamy, as you can see, then it's time for us to add the batter and the egg together. After adding them together, I use my roller to mix everything together until it's well combined and smooth. But you can use spatula if you like. After the mixture is well combined and smooth, I set it aside. Then it's time to mix the dry ingredients together. For the dry ingredients, I'm using 2 cups of flour. Then I add half teaspoon of baking powder and a pinch of salt. Mix everything together and then I set it aside. So it's time for us to mix our wet ingredients with the dry ingredients. I divided the dry ingredients into 2. I add the first part and add my vanilla flavor and mix everything together until the batter becomes smooth. If you notice now, you will see that the batter is now smooth. After that, I add the remaining parts of the dry ingredients to the batter and add my milk. Actually, I'm using half cup of milk, but I did not add it at a time. I add it step by step because I don't want the batter to be too watery. I add the first part of the milk and then I go on with adding the second part and mix it together. After realizing that the batter is a little thick, not too watery and not too thick, then I stop. I did not later use the whole half cup of milk. If you notice now, you will see that the batter is already smooth. So what next now is for us to transfer the batter to the baking pan. And for the baking pan, this is the baking pan that I'm using. I've already rubbed it with enough butter. Then as you can see that I'm already transferring the batter into the pan. After transferring the batter into the pan, I set it aside. Now it's time to set what we are going to use to bake. I added salt to the pot. Then I'm using the stove top. As you can see it, I cover it and preheated the pot for about 5 minutes. Then I place my batter into the pot and cover it. Then bake it for an hour. After baking for an hour, can you see the result? Oh my god. This cake is so fluffy. Can you just see the outcome? Like, the texture is very soft and fluffy. Please, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please kindly do so now. Thanks for watching.